Hey guys, I am going to make this quick video on my way home from work. I do not know why I get the motivation to talk about Scentsy whenever I'm in the car driving home, but I do. So for the record, I'm being completely careful. I'm not going to look at the phone and I'm not going to pay attention to my camera. I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to talk. Because I have some things in my mind that maybe, can benefit some other consultants, if I kind of just speak on, I guess. I don't know. It's been a long day. I'm really, really super tired. So, I'm titling this video, How to Increase Your PRV with Scentsy. Because I have a few tricks that I have learned for myself that has helped me over the last 6 months. And the first thing that I'm going to talk about is the fact that you have got to stay consistent. I'm on a red light. That's why my hand is not on the wheel, I promise. I'm not actually moving. Consistency is key. And what do I mean by consistent? I mean posting at least once a day in your closed VIP group, or staying consistent with your follow-ups with your customers, making sure that you set your own self a schedule with your follow-ups that fits your needs, your customers' needs, and it gets the job done. Staying consistent, I mean, that's what people are going to look at. If you're posting like once every few months in a group, and you just post like a random product post, then I mean people are going to see that and they're not going to think that, oh, she's not that passionate about this business, she's not really trying to work it as hard as she can. That's why you got to stay consistent, because even whenever you're like posting and you're posting at least once a day, sometimes even more than once a day, and even those times that you don't see a lot of engagement on your post, people are watching you. I'm just going to put that out there. Just because you have 0 likes and 0 comments doesn't mean that 1 to 300 people hasn't read that post and opened up that picture and had a closer look at what you're doing. That doesn't mean that somebody hasn't been watching your post every day for the last 3 months just because they haven't liked it or commented on it. You can't get discouraged by the engagement. And I don't know how to explain it. You can't get discouraged, guys. You gotta stay consistent. I mean, I'm just being straight up honest. Like, I made a Facebook group right whenever I joined Scentsy in February, and yeah, I got some engagement. I did, by my closer friends and closer family friends and stuff. But I mean, that was about it, and that's because they all know me really well, and they're gonna support me because I took the leap and I joined Scentsy. But I went through a period of time where I wasn't getting that much engagement at all in my groups, and I did not stop posting. I stayed consistent. I posted something new every single day. I had little tricks of trying to get people, to engage in my Facebook group. I don't just go on my group and try to sell. Like, I ask people how they're doing, or I have other little things like, what are you warming, and tell me about your favorite products, or Simon Says, tell me your favorite scent. Like, that kind of engagement for me is going to increase engagement for my customers, because they're going to think that you care about them. And I do. I care about every single one of my customers, and that's when, the customers is what keeps my business going. Everybody supporting me and getting my name out there and helping me. And the reason why it's growing for me now is because whenever I first started, I didn't stop. There was not one part of me that ever wanted to stop. Even on those days that I didn't get orders and I was like having second thoughts about this, like, okay, this is going to be something brand new to me and it's going to go well and then it's going to die out. No, I stuck with it. I kept researching ways to get PRV or to get parties or meet new people, and that's what you got to do. You have to stay consistent. Like, you have to stay consistent in what you're learning and what you're experiencing and what you're kind of putting yourself out there for, because that's what's going to pay off for you in Scentsy. Scentsy has a 90-day turnaround, so what you're doing right now for your business, that's going to pay off for you within the next 90 days. And I have to say, I completely believe in that saying, because about 2 months ago, that's whenever I started meeting people in my own county that I had no idea even existed. 2 months ago. And I've been a consultant for 6 months now. I started branching out from all my family and friends to all my friends and family's friends and family, and they started helping me get my name out there. And I started branching out, and I have so many new customers from people that live 5 minutes or 20 minutes from me, and it's because I stayed consistent, and what I was doing 90 days ago started paying off for me. In these last 2 months, I have had orders from new customers, like so many, probably 50% of my orders have been from brand new customers, from brand new people that I've met that I really enjoy meeting. Like, it's incredible. We live in such a small little county, if you live in Marion County with me, but there's so many people you wouldn't think that you didn't know. It's like, I'm just meeting all the, I met somebody who lives like 5 minutes from me, and she has hosted a party, she has ordered from me a bunch of times, and it's like crazy, because what brought us together, it was Scentsy and me staying consistent. And I guess I could talk a lot more about that, but I want to just kind of name some other points that I've learned that really helps me. And personally, what I've learned that really helps my PRV every single month is parties. And whenever I say parties, that does not mean the scary home party where you have to stand up in front of a bunch of people and present and get all nervous and get all red and get all tongue twisted, because that's what I do. It doesn't matter if it was a school presentation or if it was a presentation for work, for my internship, or just seeing somebody randomly that I know outside of the grocery store. Like, I have social anxiety like crazy social anxiety. I was scared, I do not want to say that word, but I was scared to death of having a house party. Whenever I joined Scentsy and I learned that that's one of the things that Scentsy consultants do, I literally told myself, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to get my own personal sales and just kind of go about my day like that. But then people wanted to start hosting parties for me, and I was not going to turn them down, because I was staying consistent in my business, and I was learning how to get myself out there and how to improve myself every day, not just for my business, for myself personally too, and fighting my social anxiety. And since then, I have done 2 house parties, not including the launch parties that I do for my own recruits. I've done 2 house parties that were my personal parties, and both of them scared the living heck out of me. I swear. I'm so bad. Like, it's just, I get so nervous being around people. One party was with people that I already knew, and it still made me so nervous, because I tried being somebody that I wasn't and presenting in a way that's not me. It's just not me. And so I took that experience and I told myself, okay, my next home party is going to be relaxed and it's going to be chill, and I'm going to take my testers and we're going to have a fun time. And my next home party, that's exactly what I did. I felt a lot better. I was still nervous, but I was myself. And that's another really, really important thing that you have to do in your Scentsy business. You have got to be yourself. Don't act like me. Don't act like your sponsor. Act like yourself, and that's what people are going to want to see. You are your brand, not anybody else. You are your brand, and that's why people are going to shop from you. And you have got to remember that you, if you're trying to make a real business out of Scentsy, then you have got to remember that you are your brand, and you have got to stay consistent with how you treat it. If you treat it like a business, it's going to treat you like a business. And so I took that for my home party. I researched plenty of different ways. I found that tote party on YouTube that I do, and whenever I got all the stuff together for my my tote party, it exploded. Like, I have people every month when I do a tote party, more people than tote parties than I have available. So I'm working on getting more ready so I can have more out. But I have learned that is what works for me. Those tote parties work for me, because that gives hostesses the or host if you have a guy, but that gives them the opportunity to host a party with you, get to do it on their own schedule, not have to pick a day that everybody's going to be available. Nobody has to, take time out of their day to come to a home party. Like, you just see that person. I usually do my tote parties for about 2 to 3 weeks. I just let them kind of decide how long they want to do it. And I mean, it's so convenient. They get testers, they get catalogs, they get order forms, they get cute pins, they get samples and demonstrations and a room spray to test out, and they love it because it kind of, it's on their terms. And I love it because I am so much better at coaching somebody over the phone or directly, just face to face, not with a group. Like, I am so much better talking one-on-one than I will ever be talking in front of people. And I'm working on it, but that's just me. That's how I am, and that's who I am, and I'm learning to embrace that. So that's why I really, really push my tote parties. And if you don't think a tote party will benefit you, then that's fine. If you are great at being like around a bunch of people and presenting a party, and you would love to do home parties and home parties and home parties, then you do it. Like I say, like, you are your brand. You do your business however you want to do it. I have really upgraded my online parties by not using Facebook events, but I make a Facebook group just privately for me and the hostess or the host, and I make her an admin, and I tell her invite about 30 to 60 people. That's what I recommend. Just think about one out of every 3 people that you invite to something like that is going to show up or be engaged. And I make her an admin, and she adds the people, and I post throughout the week, and then at the end of the week I go live, and I keep the group open for like maybe a couple more days just for follow-ups. But the thing about the Facebook group is, if you have like under 500 people in the group, you can see who views the post. So like if I post something, it's going to say 32 views or something like that, or seen by 32, something like that. But you can go through that list and see who is keeping up with you. So then you know who to directly message and say, hey, I hope you've been tuning in with Jordan's party. I'm going to be wrapping up this order at the end of the week. I hope you can catch me live, but if you want to place an order at any time, just let me know. All my local orders get free shipping. Directly. Use that direct message. Use Facebook Messenger. Use Facebook Live. Make it personal. Just because it's a Facebook party does not mean it has to be anything less than a home party or a tote party. Basically, do your online parties the way you would do a home party. Just do it online. And so that's just what I have learned helps me, is those parties. Because with those parties, that means I get to meet new people. And from those people, I get to meet even more people. And for me doing that 90 days ago, it's paying off for me now, guys. And I feel so blessed, because it's like all that work that I was putting into this months ago, it's like, it's slowly but surely it's paying off, and it's making me feel like there's a future in this company with me, and it's incredible. So I guess my bullet points would be, stay consistent, be your brand, bookings doesn't just mean parties. Bookings means events. Bookings means meeting up with somebody for them to like smell your testers. Bookings means literally anything. If you pull up a calendar and you have 0 Scentsy things written down on that calendar or typed out on that calendar, you do not have a healthy Scentsy business. You might have a healthy Scentsy hobby, and that's perfect if that's what you want to run Scentsy like, is as a hobby. But if you want to run it as a business, then you need to have that calendar every month full. I try to at least have 3 bookings every single month, and I always end up having more, which is phenomenal. But I at least try to have 3 types of bookings on my calendar every single month for Scentsy. Whenever you have a constantly full calendar with Scentsy stuff added into your personal life, it's gonna pay off. I promise. Like, it's going to pay off for you. And you're going to start seeing the outcome from all that income that you put into it. And so, I mean, I guess that's all the car chit chat I have for today. I am still on my way home because I work in Chattanooga and it's a 40-minute drive. My future goals is to be able to work at home and run Scentsy for the rest of my life. Stay positive. Work harder today at improving something in your life, whether it's personally or with it's like if a relationship or in work or anything. Work today to improve something for yourself. And then tomorrow, wake up and try to improve something else. So as always, don't watch me, join me guys, and have a really blessed Monday.